So last episode, it seemed like with Ollie and AD, the love story was going swimmingly well. And it was only really until the end that the side eye started forming, right? And at that point, I'm thinking it's early days. AD just got kicked out, him entertaining somebody else. Is that really that big of a deal considering it's early days? I think that would be naturally the next course of action, right? If he's deciding not to walk out with her, he of course has to get to know somebody else. Now, I didn't really know about the kissing. I don't know if I was paying attention or not, but him cuddling up with Justine not even 24 hours later, that was a bit like, okay, you got over AD real quick, real quick. Not even, taking things slow, but you know what? Like I said, early days, early days. Then it was in this batch of episodes where we're seeing the madness, and I'm now thinking, how did this get to marriage? How did this get to engagement and a baby? Because the way Ollie was moving, very diabolical. Like, it was just giving straight up F boys. He seemed to be the leader of the group, encouraging all of the boys to do a madness at the singles mixers. And obviously AD was there at the single mixers, and he's warning AD if he snitches, like, it's gonna be problems. Huh? Excuse me? Then on top of that, AD asked him outright, did anything happen with you and Justine? Like, did you guys cuddle or anything? He straight up lies. And at this point, I didn't know that they kissed. So he's denying the cuddling, which is already questionable. But to find out that they kissed as well, and he just completely lied and downplayed. Red flags all around, just multiple red flags, big fat red flag. So obviously, AD and Justine, they get to talking and they're like, this one's a dirty dog. So obviously AD's pissed off. Justine's basically checked out because it's very obvious now that Ollie's going back to AD, and Ollie does go to Justine and basically cut it off. So Justine's looking at him, giving the side eye. Her and Justine have a talk. It's very amicable. Justine's very much like, you know what? I don't want them pitting the black girls against each other. I didn't want that coming in. But Ollie's a dirty dog, and I'm wishing the best for you, darling. And Justine in the confessional was talking about, he doesn't deserve any of us, period. So obviously AD, she's pissed off. Now she's going to go entertain other people. But obviously, because we know that they're together now, I think it's quite obvious that they were going to come back together, and she was going to forgive him, I guess. Now, because obviously after that information, she goes to entertain the other men, because as she should, even though I knew she was going to go back to Ollie. When they now rematch back together, Ollie's trying to have a go at her, talking about, well, I just feel like you flirting with the other guys was disrespectful. Ollie, shut your ass up. The fact that he even had the cheek to say anything after what he pulled, and flat out and then lying about it. AD went off on him. She was like, the fuck? You're talking about me flirting was disrespectful? So if what I did was disrespectful, what the fuck did you do? Yeah, let's talk about it. So like, if you think that's disrespectful, how disrespectful is how you did me? they're going off on each other, and the next day Ollie apologizes because he knew he was trifling. But I'm just side-eyeing this whole relationship now, because before we saw the bullshit, it was given kind of cute. It was given very much like, oh, maybe he's taking dating seriously, but this is the foundation of the relationship. I don't know, guys. Personally, I could not marry someone who was acting like this, even in the beginning, even in the early days. This is how they're acting. It could be my husband. I've seen some videos of people saying that Ollie's not going to take her to the altar. He doesn't believe that Ollie's going to take her to the altar. And I thought maybe that was a bit of an exaggeration, but now I'm just thinking, because the way that he was acting on this show, it's not giving husband material. It's not giving husband material. Within a year, he's reformed into husband material. I'm not sure if I can buy that. And AD's pregnant now, so I guess that's kind of keeping him around. But also with AD, We saw the stuff she was letting slide with Clay. Is Ollie as bad as Clay? Possibly. You know what? At least Clay was honest about him not being shit. At least Clay was honest about it. Ollie, I don't think I can support. I was barely supporting anyway. But seeing the backstory, it's very much like Ollie. I knew I was right about you. And AD, we doing this again, girl. I mean, they seem happy now, but the behavior, yes, it's a TV show. Maybe they're acting up for the cameras to make good TV, but it's just like character flaws. I'm seeing character flaws, and Ollie is still very much at that age where he's thinking he's in his prime. Is he really gonna want to settle down in his prime years? You know, yes, they're engaged, but will they get to marriage? They have a baby now, so that kind of adds something. But will this marriage be long term? Even if they do get married, I don't know. I don't know. Me personally, this couldn't be my husband. But I gotta hear from you guys. Do you think AD and Ollie are gonna last? And what do you think about the foundation of this relationship now that we know that they've got to engagement and a child? Do you think this is another thing where AD is desperate to be in a relationship and she's just, taking it for what it is? I gotta hear from you guys.